Hello everyone, Andrew here, and welcome to another random game of the day. Today we are clearly playing Donkey Kong Country, one of the greatest Super Nintendo games. Part of one of the greatest series of all time in my opinion, and definitely one of the greatest series on the Super Nintendo. 3 amazing games, and this is the game that started it all, and I waited too long and didn't press start, so it didn't bring us to the file select screen. Fortunately, none of the files here are at 1%, and that is not because I have never 100% Donkey Kong Country. That is because Super Nintendo games tend to erase on me a lot. I don't know if it's something to do with the way they're made or something like that, because I don't usually have this problem with NES games. I mean, every single one of my Donkey Kong Country games, man, really, if you wait at the file select screen for long enough, it takes you back to this? I did not know that. I mean, yeah, all of my Donkey Kong Country games have erased at least once, although I honestly don't mind that, because I love these games so much that when that happens, I usually just have fun playing through them again. So it doesn't really bother me. It's not like one of those games where it's really tough to get 100%, so it's kind of sad, like, maddening and sad when they erase. Donkey Kong Country games are not too hard, but they're still a lot of fun, and yeah, I guess we will be playing one of these files. We'll probably erase the worst one. Why not? And yeah, we'll just play Donkey Kong Country for who knows how long, and until I guess we feel we've played enough. And we'll probably be doing one player. Maybe for another day I'll have to do a 2-player contest, but for today, we'll just be doing 1 player. And I always hate that right there, how like the first kind of DK head isn't the first world. It's kind of like you walk for no reason to this other place, and you can never go to the left, and that's always really annoyed me, because it means there's always this one place on the map you can never go. So I'm not entirely sure why they did that. It's just always, I don't know, frustrated me as a kid for whatever reason. I'm like, maybe there's a way to go there, but there's not. Back before there was internet, and like all my crazy theories could be easily destroyed. Anyway, we're going to start off with the first level, Jungle Hijinks. So the first level of the first game that started it all. So basically it throws you out of the house, but every person who's played this game knows that if you go back up here, you can get a 1-up. And I think as a kid I played this level like a billion times to get 99 1-ups, although that sucks. Because you turn it off, you lose all your lives. And there's something I kind of wanted to point out about this scene here. And that is, oh man, you can't go back in. I figured like you could go back in, there'd be no 1-up. This is the first game of the Donkey Kong Country series, so there will be some weird times where, like, I guess the technology wasn't worked out, and DK will kind of go through things because they hadn't, like, fine-tuned all of the graphics and ways that the level was set up. What I wanted to show that is when I left the house, he clearly wasn't walking towards the door. He was walking into, like a wall or something like that, but he ended up outside anyway. I guess DK uses the window when he leaves the house, even though he clearly showed him using the door. So, going to Kong's Banana Horde, and oh man, no bananas, even though there's like 5 billion of them laying around. I guess those are like the bananas that fell out of the horde while he was being taken away, because it was so massive, but DK is not happy with just a few bananas. He needs like all 5 jillion of them back. So let's finally start this off by landing on this spot here, and with this steel barrel we can do everyone's favorite thing, and it's not picking it up after it's working. It is standing on it and just letting it go. Although, we're going to miss a lot of secrets if we do that, so we're probably going to not do it too often. So we have DK, and of course we have Diddy, who's in the DK barrel. I like using Diddy a lot more, because, like, when he picks up barrels and things like that, his throw is a lot more precise. Plus, I feel he's a lot less clunky to use, although I guess it could just be me. And here we're kind of cartwheeling across the treetops, getting all of the what's it called, the 1-ups that are hiding out there. Of course, red balloons are worth 1 life. Green are worth 2, and the very elusive blue balloons are worth 3, and they really are pretty elusive. There's only like, I think like 5 in the game, somewhere around there. Overall, there aren't too many. So yeah, as you see, Diddy, when he picks up the barrel, he throws it. It's like really easy to throw it where you want to, but when you have a DK here, he picks up, he holds it above his head. It's really hard to kind of control exactly where you want it to go. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Who knows? This right here is an Ostrich Toke. I believe Espresso is an ostrich, and when you collect 3 of the whatever, like when you collect 3 of a certain type of token, you'll be taken to a bonus game for that animal. Here we have Rambi, the rhinoceros, always good for destroying everything and finding the secret in the side of this cave here, which has a lot of bananas, and another 1-up, already up to 11 1-ups in about, I don't know, what is this, a minute playing? And of course, collecting all the Kong letters will give you yet another 1-up. This barrel here is supposed to be for finding another secret, but with Rambi, you can kind of just ram our way into the side there anyway. And I used to be really good at this as a kid, but I don't even know anymore. So let's see, who do I even want to get? Let's try to get the ostrich, so maybe at some point we can get the bonus game. It's easy when you have like 2 or 3 of them left, because you can kind of see the animal coming towards you from the right. So let's see. After the frog. There we go! And everybody's happy. Part of the percentage on the file select screen depends on how many of the bonus games you have found. I don't remember if you have to actually win the bonus game for it to count as a percent, or if you just have to like find it and then you can like lose and it will still count. But one of those things, anyway. Alright, I'm remembering a secret around here. I believe if you jump... Okay, if you jump on top of the exit while you're on Rambi, you jump with the B button, but while you're in the air, you press the A button, you land on a tire, and if you press B while you're on that, you get shot in this barrel that... I don't remember... Actually, I think there's a 3-up there, but if you take too long, it floats away. So anyway, that is the story. There is a secret up there, and you can feel free to go and try that yourself, because I'm pretty sure that's what happened. There's a 3-up there. If you stay on the screen that has a 3-up on it for too long, it floats away. And I think that happened while I was explaining it. But there is a secret that not many people probably know. Anyway, if you go back up here for 1 second, you will notice that the title name of Jungle Hijinks has an exclamation mark at the end of it. That means that we found all bonus games in that level. As you can see, Ropey Rampage here does not have an exclamation mark, although after we beat it and find all the bonus games, it should have one as well. So let's see how well we do with this one. Man, this one, it's raining everything. It's like, I guess they really wanted to impress you with what like Donkey Kong Country had in store, graphical-wise, like early on in the game. And I mean, man, this really was a revolution back in the day, for sure. And those are these armadillo guys. You cannot, like, kill them while they are rolling, I believe, unless maybe DK can. Although, jumping on them while they're rolling, and then jumping on them again after that, will kill them. Interesting thing you can do in this level, if you are playing as DK, if you hold, okay, so let's see, yes, you can kill it in one hit, even when it's rolling with DK. If you hold down, you can duck, and if you press Y, you can slap the ground, and sometimes items will come out. This usually happens kind of like when you do it in between treetops in this level, although I know there's a lot of other places you can do it too. It's usually just banana bunches, and I mean there's enough bananas lying around that you don't usually need to spend your time doing that in like every section of every level, but again, another piece of information that some people might not know, so it's kind of giving out all the secrets here. Let's just take a minute to appreciate that awesome music, because I mean, man, if there's one thing that Donkey Kong Country definitely has, other than the great graphics, other than the great level design, other than like the great everything, it definitely has awesome music. And every single game definitely holds up to that, so why don't we just listen for like half a minute or something like that. Okay, now I'm trying to remember. Yeah, that was a very quick half a minute. You can't. Unfortunately, if you try, you can't slap the ground as Diddy. You just do a cartwheel, and I almost kind of flew off the edge. Okay, eeny meeny. One of these gaps has a secret in it, and unfortunately, there's like no Dixie Kong, so I can't kind of slowly go down. Although I believe it's this one. Yes, bonus game. I don't know how you're supposed to find that. I'm pretty sure as a kid I accidentally fell down that hole, and yeah, but otherwise it's kind of a cheap trick, because I don't believe there's any way to really see that without like just randomly jumping down that hole, or like a friend telling you. Man, I loved that back in the day. Playing games, and there was no internet, and sometimes you had a guidebook or Nintendo Power, but sometimes you didn't, so all these secrets were just like passed around on the schoolyard, and with your friends, and man, I just messed that up, because I did not mean to accidentally push that into the wall. Yes, tires are like the main way to get extra height in this game, kind of like springboards in Super Mario World or Mario Brothers, and yes, I got it. And then there's rolly ones, and sometimes you can use them to like get things that you wouldn't otherwise be able to get. And that is a situation where that one was useful, and it disappeared that easily, really? I did not expect that. Let's see what we can do here. That was not difficult in the slightest. Now, if we look here, you can see just a little bit of it down there, and we have the second and final bonus game of this level, I believe, unless I am completely forgetting about one. And let's see how well we can follow this thing. I used to be really good at this as a kid, too. I want to say this one. This one. I'm very good. And you have to watch their victory dance. Heck yeah. 15 lives. Okay. And yeah, that brings us, once again, to the end of the level. And the end of the levels in this game, unlike in 2 and 3, where 2, it's like the target, and 3, which you grab the thing, ones are, like, very just plain, where it's usually like you exit through a cave. Man, that did not go well. You exit through a cave, or like a door or something. Not too exciting, but interesting anyway. We have the G there to complete the set. And I don't think there's any secrets up here like there are in the first level. Oh well, through the exit. And that takes us to Cranky Kong and to the next level, and we have an exclamation mark on that one. So we did find all of the bonuses. Cranky's cabin. He is just like the Cranky's guy. At last, somebody to chat with. A leap of faith is all it takes to find Winky in Barrow Canyon. I guess that Cranky Kong was also kind of like a way to find out about secrets, but who really sat here and listened to him all day? Before they float away. See, there you go, right there. That's all, folks. Man, this is like the end of the greatest Bugs Bunny cartoon ever. I don't say Donkey Kong Country cartoon. There actually was a crazy Donkey Kong Country TV show. Although it was pretty crazy, so not many people watched it. Actually, I think I watched it once at a friend's house. I didn't even get the channel it was on as a kid. And I actually have the VHS of it, which is really funny because the VHS has the first 3 episodes on it, but it puts the episodes in the wrong order. So it shows the first episode, the 3rd episode, and then the 2nd episode. But the stupidest part is that in the 3rd episode, they show a flashback of something that happens in the 2nd episode. So when I was watching it with my sister, I was like, wait a minute, why are they having a flashback of something that hasn't even happened yet? And yeah, so the people had 3 episodes to put in order, and they couldn't even do that right. So kudos to whoever made that VHS. And man, this barrel is good for opening a secret somewhere, but DK is terrible at finding secrets because he holds it above his head, where Diddy, when he holds it out front, you can kind of just walk into the wall and the secret will be revealed. Is it this thing, though? Come on, we have to aim it correctly. It is not that one. It probably would have been this one or something. I guess we'll have to find that out later after we finish this bonus game right here. Alright, so we have one of these things, and I don't think there's actually any input we really need to put in here. We're gonna just jump into the first barrel and let it go and get all of the bananas. So, okay, let's go back here. I think we missed the bonus game, although I could be completely wrong. Let's not lose Diddy, because we kind of need him. Is you can press select at any... No, you weren't supposed to pick it up. Okay, so hold down and let go of the throw button to put the barrel back down. Is there a secret in here? No, there's not. I do not want to get hit by you. Not in there. I could swear there was a secret somewhere where you could use this barrel, although I guess I could be wrong. There are many secrets that you need to use, like barrels to open up passageways and walls, although I don't 100% remember exactly where every single one of those is. Although one of them actually might be right here. No. Although luckily we did not get hit by that. I could swear there was one like somewhere. This might be actually a level in the 2nd world I'm thinking of. Where we have to do this. Okay, let's see here. Looks like we cannot take this barrel any further because of another feature I forgot to mention. I actually do not remember if this was in any of the other Donkey Kong Country games. Because if it is, I've never actually bothered trying it. Because who ducks, really? So if you duck, and... Actually, no, I'm lying. You can't actually crawl at any time. You can only crawl when there's a gap here. So it's kind of really pointless, but again, it's rare just kind of trying to show off how amazing their game truly is. I guess I'm thinking like Mario 64, where you can crawl at any time, although I don't think there was actually any point to that. So it's giving us 2 barrels. There's clearly a secret around here, and I clearly just broke one of the barrels. So it's a good thing I did not waste one of them. So in this one, no, it's in there. And man, so we have this rolly tire here. Again, I don't think we really need to actually get every single banana or anything for it to count as the completed bonus game. Not like in the other Donkey Kong Country games where you get a bonus token for completing it. But yeah, so that was the very exciting bonus game. We have On Guard here, I believe his name is. The shark, Swordfish, sorry. I always used to call it the shark as a kid. And yeah, man, secret bananas all over the place. Because yeah, this is another one of those levels where if you feel like spending an hour with DK, you can slap the ground in like 40 different places and find bananas that we aren't really ever going to need. Because I don't think we're ever going to get a game over with 18 lives at this point. So see, all the Kong letters again, man, I've been good at finding all of those things. And the exit of the level. And man, I remember as a kid, I always used to think that this did not look like water at all. It looked more like a frozen pond or something. It was the way it was like really crystal ice, white. Anyway, to the left here, I always really hated this as a kid, man. This is just me going over all the things I noticed as a kid. And that is that Reptile Rumble actually has 2 entrances on the overworld map. I'm not really sure why they did that. I mean, they easily could have just made it so that pressing left here takes you back to the first screen, but no. They felt like making it so that there was 2 entrances for some reason. Also, this would be a good time to note that the face on the overworld map corresponds to whoever it is that beats the level. It's not really important unless you're playing 2-player. But yeah, it kind of shows that for some reason. Anyway, next up we have Coral Capers, and this definitely has some of the best music in the game. Some of the other best music definitely being in Fear Factory, but overall this game has a lot of awesome music, so it's not really fair to kind of just pick and choose, just it's all so great. I think we'll just listen to this one for a real half a minute this time. I've always really liked this song. I mean, like I said, Donkey Kong Country has really good music. I always really liked a lot of the music from every Donkey Kong Country game, but especially this one, just nice and calming. It's so bizarre from a level where it's like a game where it's usually pretty suspenseful, especially an underwater level quite later in the game. But it actually gets very difficult. It's just funny for the music to be so calming, but overall, it's just so amazing. It sets such a really nice atmosphere, which I mean, back in the NES days, atmosphere wasn't really a part of like video games, because usually the graphics, I mean, you think 16-bit graphics like Super Mario World or Super Mario like Brothers 3, and the graphics, they looked good, but they usually didn't add too much to a level. But you get Donkey Kong Country where the music and the graphics all work so well together, and it's just such a nice experience. Now, that's the way we're actually supposed to go. I thought that up was the way, but nope, there are secrets up here, and man, there's one banana here. It's a good thing we spent our time getting that. Oh, I love this game. Got that in there. I keep pausing, but man, this is some of my favorite video game music ever. This is just so good. So let's see. Those guys are a new guy, and there's no really benefit on taking him to the end of the level. It's not like Yoshi. No, actually, I'm sorry, not Yoshi. I was thinking if you took Yoshi to the end of a level in Super Mario World, he gave you an item, but that's wrong. It's like if you carry a P-switch or a springboard or something over the gold tape. Like that item will explode, and you'll usually get like a 1-up or some other kind of power. But anyway, now we are at Funky's Flights, and he is just the raddest dude in all of DK Country. Whoa, dudes! My name's Funky Kong. My Bodoc? I have no idea what that word is, and I'm guessing that as a kid I probably thought the exact same thing, because I don't think I have ever seen that word anywhere else ever, unless I'm just having like the most massive brain fart ever. Whoa, okay, so we already read this. And man, look, we can go to the overworld, and we can select a different world, which is super useful since this is the only world we have ever been to. Although, again, Funky's Flights is also one of my favorite songs in this game. It is just so cool. I've always loved this music. I don't know. Go to the overworld map just to listen to that music. I have no idea. And whoops, I actually did not mean to jump in that burrow so early, but yeah. The trick... Whoops. Okay, so there were you guys who I could not even see, and here's more of that kind of like flipping through graphics I was talking about. First game glitches. So, this level is all about like barrel shenanigans, and there are a lot of barrel shenanigans in this level. Although first, before we do that, I want to get the secret here. But yeah, the trick is that there will be a lot of tricky things that you have to do, shooting out of barrels at the right time. Although there actually are a lot of clever shortcuts in this level, which I think I'll show, and then I'll even have to go back and beat it the right way anyway, because there's a lot of secrets that you miss when you completely cheat through the entire level like this. I mean, this level actually is quite difficult, so I can understand why they did that. Kind of as a way, it's like, if you're not the greatest player, at least there is kind of a way to get through things. Although, let's see, where exactly is the way to get to that other secret, which I know is nearby? Is it you? No, I know there's a guy you have to bounce on to get to the other one, so is it you? Is it you? Is it you? I think it was you. Actually, no, it's one of you. There we go. So now we get into this barrel, and it just shoots you right to the end of the level. Absolutely no difficulty here. All you can see is just all of the challenge that we're kind of flying by. And yeah, and even though we cheated completely, we still got all of the Kong letters, which is pretty great. We did find all of the bonus games, so there is no exclamation mark at the end there. Although I should note that water levels will never have bonus games, so they will always have exclamation marks at the end after you beat them. But anyway, we're going to go back through here and get all of the percentage points. So let's see here what we've got. So there's no bonus games in kind of the first little section. There's just this trick here. Oh man, I completely forgot about this guy. I have no idea what his name is because he never appears in any game again. But he's a frog toad guy, and you kind of bounce over this. So yeah, when you collect 3 of them, you are brought to a bonus game. And in this bonus game, there are just a whole bunch of mini whatever animal you are all over the place. And at the end of the time limit, however many you have will translate to they'll turn into bananas, or actually, no, they don't turn into bananas. They pretty much count as the same as bananas, and let's say you have 244 of them, you'll get 200 1-ups because you get, like, you're over 200. I'm sucking at explaining this right now, but trust me, it works that way. Also, in every single bonus game, there is a giant kind of animal, although you want to use that at the best times. It will multiply whatever score you have when you get it by 2, and man, that is faster than a second. That is not even fair. But yeah, so we got 750, so we will get 7 1-ups to add to this massive total that we are never going to, like, exhaust, because this game is the easiest game, so. And man, that takes you back to the last checkpoint, so you can be like, man, I'm just about to beat the hardest level in the game, and darn it! I was hoping to do like a deathless run, but I had to go and make the stupidest death ever, because when I die in a video game, it is usually for a very stupid reason. So anyway. We are going to go up here, and I lost my train of thought. No, it's like, you could be like the very end of a level, and you're like, yes, I'm just about to beat it, and then you accidentally get an animal bonus game, and it's like, back to the start, or wherever you got the checkpoint. Anyway, I need to try and remember where the bonus games are in this level. Why did that just happen? I thought I went to there, but I guess not. So let's see. So these are some of those amazing challenges I was talking about that we kind of skip by. Although it does get much more difficult, I promise. As difficult as some people may find these bonus, like this kind of level structure, it is kind of interesting. Now, I don't know exactly how you're supposed to find out about this. You can kind of see a difference in the structure of the wall, I think. Or I could just be making this up. But if you miss this barrel here, there's a bonus game. I don't even remember how I found that out. Maybe Cranky Kong would tell you about that. So here's a bonus game that occurs a few times where the barrels start to get faster and faster and faster until they're so massively fast. And that one doesn't even matter because there's like no point on trying to even get to the end here. Since whether you fall through like the floor or you get that, you end the bonus game anyway in the exact same way. There's also another bonus game over here, and yeah, you're supposed to use that TNT barrel there, although I felt like using that just in case I screwed up with the TNT barrel. This is another kind of bonus game where you're supposed to only get one shot, so pick one of the columns and get whatever item is on top. But if you time it perfectly, I don't remember exactly what the timing is, you can actually get a second shot. So let's see if I remember. That was not the right timing in the slightest, but there is actually a way to time it correctly so that you can get a second shot in case you don't like what you got the first time. So I mean, man, who doesn't want like one bunch of bananas? So anyway, this time we are actually going to be playing the level the correct way. I do not remember. Darn it! Sliding off the edge for no reason. I was going to go back to the left to show something, but that kind of got botched. Anyway, so if we go to the right here, might as well try this again. Ah, just barely. Like I said, I don't remember exactly the timing was there. If I tried it one more time, I probably could get it, but the third time's a charm thing. But let's see. Oh yes, you bring me over here, which says that's right. Good to see that remembers how many DK letters you got, Kong letters you got after you die. Unlike Super Mario World, which forgets all of your dragon coins if you die. So anyway, here we have the super trickiest part of the level, where you have all the zingers here, and you have to try and time your kind of barrel blasts absolutely perfectly, although overall it's not super tricky unless you do that. Whoops. There we go! Haha! And then you can pretty. Oh, darn it! I didn't mean to do that, but I guess we'll be doing this bonus game anyway. Yeah, same exact game as last time, except in this one the trick is all of the cardinal points have secrets through the walls. So like this one, it's a number 3, which is pretty great. And if we go all the way to the left, I'm pretty sure it's a number 4. No, this one's a number 2. And if we go all of the way to the top, I believe it's a number 4. I actually have no idea. That might have been a number 1. Actually, I think that was number 1. That's correct. Because below is kind of like the super secret one. Because, I mean, if you figured out the other ones, you're definitely never going to figure out this one. And this is the giant swordfish, which multiplies your score by 2. I'm not even worried about getting lives. Because, I mean, why even need to bother? But yeah, so we're just kind of collecting more of them for some reason. Unfortunately, in this game, none of the familiar friends have kind of their A button charge attack, where if we hold the A button, we can kind of do like a super mad dash in whatever direction you're facing. That was not invented until the second game. And there we go. $35. And just, man, imagine we never would have seen that if I had not made like 72 stupid deaths. Okay, so let's go up here. We do not need the Kong letters, really. In fact, I already collected them if you're keeping score about that the first time I beat this level. And let's see how fast we can do this thing. And there is that level. Not super difficult, and yeah. Barrel Cannon Canyon had an exclamation mark. And now we are introduced to one of the most bizarre characters in the series who will for some reason never appear again. I'm Candi Kong and this is my save point. If you want to save your current game, jump into my spinning save barrel. Oh, and then she just kind of repeats it like 17 times. This is not like the weirdest thing ever. So, what did that say? 20 minutes and 13%. Very Naughty's layer, because the beavers' names are Naughty's, in case you have not noticed that by now. This is just like one of the most massive like hordes of bananas ever. I mean, really, after you claim this back, like, do you really even need to worry about it, or like at that point is it about the revenge? I was not even paying attention. Like, I was not for some reason paying attention to the boss in the slightest. But you are dead, and man, look at this, a banana that says Nintendo. Back when Nintendo and Rare were like the bestest friends in the whole entire universe. And I would say let's end it off here, but there are a couple of things I want to show in this world. So we will probably not play this world in its entirety. But there's a few things I want to show, so we will play a couple of the levels anyway. Just because there are definitely some very notable things in this world, which a lot of people find really hilarious when they eventually find out about. Anyway, let's see. We have this frog guy again. I have no idea what his name is, and man, that was the fastest half of a level I think in like video game history. And we have a bonus game up there, and you cannot reach these bananas up here unless you have frog guy. There was no throwing your partner in this game, like in Donkey Kong Country 2 and 3. If you press the A button, you can like throw the other player if you like have them. Darn it! Upwards to help you reach secrets, and god darn it, I do not want to play this bonus game again. Although luckily the seconds are much faster than actual seconds, so we don't actually have much to worry about. But yeah, same deal as always. You collect the things, and then you get the things, and there's a hidden thing somewhere that's quite a thing. So let's see, just kind of go back and forth and get as many of these mini ostrich guys as we can. I always want to call them a flamingo for whatever reason, but it's not a flamingo. This one right here is super tricky, guys. I mean, man, it makes it look like there is absolutely nothing to the right over here. But if you jump here and you press the B button at the perfect time, you can get just a little bit of extra height, and you can come over here and you can get ×2 bonus to add more extra lives to our totals. I mean, man, we beat the first world with like 30 lives. We definitely are going to need much more than that. We're going to get 6 more. $42. The answer to everything. And man, that brings us I figured that there would have been enough momentum to take me across the gap without needing to jump. I was wrong about that. And whoa, we almost did the same mistake again. But that would have been silly. So the question is, does it remember that we beat that bonus game? Or will I have to go beat it again to get the exclamation mark? Because I believe that is the only bonus game in this level. All the Kong levels, I keep calling them Kong levels, all the Kong letters once again, exclamation mark. Here's another one of those levels that a lot of people find really difficult, but if you are having super difficulty with it, just commit suicide and, yeah, you will be brought to this kind of secret right here, which takes you right to the end. Actually, I think you need to make like one jump. Oh man, so difficult. And yeah, you have beat one of the most difficult levels in the game. Actually, it's not really that difficult. And just to show how not difficult it is, we will beat it. So yeah, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to jump into this thing here. And you are put into this minecart, and there's nothing that you can do to stop this thing. And this is one of 2 minecart levels in this game. And yeah, pressing B button pretty much makes you jump, and just need to have fast reflexes and destroy everything. So let's see how this goes. This is also some of the best music in the game too. Whoops! Kind of lacking all those fast reflexes I just talked about. That is a very tricky jump, just because it's like an upward hill, so it's like, how do you even time that? Like, how do you even have any momentum at that point? But video game physics and logic, why argue with them? So now we have floating pieces of track, and I keep waiting too late to press the B button for whatever reason. It's not even difficult. I mean, it's like, man, the hole is obviously there. But I just do not feel like pressing B, apparently. So we're going to jump over all of these, like, spun-out minecarts. As I mean, it's like the momentum problem. It's like, if you press B too early, you feel like the fact that you're going uphill is going to mean that you're just not going to have the momentum to make it across that gap. But you do. It's just getting over that fear. I mean, to train your brain to, like, know that everything is going to be perfectly okay. I mean, man, that was such an easy jump. Okay, so let's see what we got here now. And man, I thought there was... Whoops, I forgot that when you get hit, it kind of sends you out of the minecart. So I was still holding right, even though it was not the smartest thing to do. And I was having a conversation that I kind of forgot about. So let's see if we jump over here, and this completely, like, bogus situation. Let's see, jump over that, I know there's a place where if you stay down, yeah, like right there, you got a 1-up. That's what I thought that place was earlier. So that's why I did not jump up. And here you do have to have some reflexes, and yeah, you cannot jump on those guys. That should be noted. Also, right up here is where we would have cheated to, after using that shortcut at the beginning. Let's see, I think it's about right... Not yet. More floating pieces of track. Always great. I believe it's like right here it brings you to. Yeah, like where this arrow is here. And I believe that means we have one final jump. And there we go! Level complete. Bouncy Bonanza. I forgot about this level. So we'll do this level quickly. I forgot about this one. There actually is a secret up here that you can get if you bring this tire. I mean, man. How many rhinoceros tokens am I missing? Something, man. So you have to push it off this way. Something makes me think I'm only missing one, and just for completeness' sake, I think I should be doing the bonus game because I think there's only 4 animals, and I think I showed the other 3, so might as well show the last one. Okay, the trick to this one is, yeah, you have a lot of things to collect again. It's pretty great. Because time goes super fast, and I always seem to run out of it, to find the super secret token here, you have to jump on top of this igloo, and then do perfectly timed and placed jumps across all these icebergs here, because the only way to get up on top of these is from that igloo. So if you fall, you're going all the way back to the beginning to try again, and time goes down so freaking fast, you like don't have any chance to do that. So yeah, there you go. This is a pretty difficult one, so we're only really going to get 2 extra lives from this. And there you go. This is a good chance to take a drink. Alright. Well, let's see how fast we can brush off this level. And also, I should note that once again, that minecart level did not have any bonus games, although a later minecart level in the game does have bonus games, which is pretty great. Alright, this thing here, I believe, is for, like, this thing here. I think this is what I was thinking about earlier. When I was thinking about a bonus game somewhere. No, really? Where on earth is it, then? I don't remember. I thought it was somewhere around there, although I guess not. Although maybe I'm trying this too early? Oh, okay, it's down here. Yes, this is where I was thinking of. Where there is a secret if we go down here and use the barrel on this wall. And that brings us to in here. And I think we just... Yes, this is another one. We just have to kind of stop it at whatever it is that you want. And there we go. And you can't even see how many lives you have because the layer 3 graphics are in the way. It's pretty great. Actually, I say they're layer 3 graphics. That with the graphics would be that kind of can go over top of everything in Super Mario World would be, although I don't know exactly what layer they call certain things in this game. And man, what the heck? I think there's a barrel. Yeah, you're supposed to bring this through here. It's pretty great. Although I doubt we'll be needing the checkpoint anyway. So here you can go down, or you can take the super secret up way. And I think you can actually walk through that wall. This is one of those really bizarre games where that for some reason has walls you can walk through. They make no sense, but they're kind of cool because they hide secrets pretty well. We get the DK barrel here. And we also, if we hold right, get a secret inside of here, which brings us to this frog guy, who, once again, I don't remember his name. This is the only game he was ever in. Same with the ostrich guy, although actually, that might be a lie. Was he in Donkey Kong 64? I believe he wasn't. Did I just go through the ceiling there? Wait, why did I... Oh, I think I kind of went through the ceiling, which is kind of funny. And whoa, you are just kind of, like, bolting away. I don't believe there are any more secrets in this level. So I don't believe we actually need him for anything, unless there is a secret above one of these that you need him for. Kind of thinking there might be, although if there is, I don't 100% remember. Oh well, let's just hope we got them all, maybe? Get the G. Alright, this is going to need to be used for something, but what? What on earth do we need? Okay, kind of obvious bonus game right there. And I don't believe a level will ever have more than 3 bonus games. And I kind of forgot about you. So yeah, this is the third and final one of this level. As long as we do not screw this up, which I remember as a kid I always did. So it's like, man, gotta like go back and get it again. Or if it doesn't, it might not even respawn. So I think you might have to replay through the whole level. Although it might respawn, I don't really remember. And you gotta time that one correctly. And even though I kind of botched it, I kind of did a good job. And man, this is like what, 10 bananas? It's not even worth it. Okay. And that brings us to the exit. And I found all the bonus games in that level. And now we're not going to find all the bonus games in this level, although we are going to do by what is by far one of the funniest trolls in like the entire series. It's like, man, I got to go through this whole level, or if you're lazy, just nope, press left, go through the beginning, takes you right to the end, and yeah, problem solved. So say this level is like your worst nightmare in video game history. You don't even need to worry about it because you can cheat directly to the end, and we got the G, which is pretty great. No exclamation mark at the end of that one, but oh well. I think we have played enough Donkey Kong Country for today. And I'm not even going to read this text. And yeah, I thought it was at 20% before. Anyway, half an hour, 20%. Not terrible. I remember at the end of the game, Cranky Kong taunts you. He's like, oh, I bet you can't beat the game in under an hour and find all of the bonus games too. I remember I made it to the last world with I think 90% of the bonus games and in 51 minutes. Although I just tried and tried and tried and I could not beat the final world with all the bonus games in under 91 minutes, which was a shame. Although I don't think there's actually any kind of reward for doing it. It's just kind of me as a kid trying to do a thing that is probably impossible. With tool-assisted runs, I'm pretty sure it's like possible, and I'm pretty sure with enough practice you can do it, but I never ended up doing it. But anyway, that is all that we are going to do for today in Donkey Kong Country. I hope that everyone enjoyed, and I hope to see you next time for something different. I mean, man, this is way better than Donkey Kong 99 that I played, I think, 20 random game of the days ago. But yep, this is a great game, and if you've never played it, you definitely need to go and find the nearest Super Nintendo and play it right now, because it is just super amazing. Even Donkey Kong Country Returns for the Wii was pretty good, but nothing will beat the classic 3 in my eyes. So anyway, thanks for watching once again. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you next time for something different. So thanks, and see you later.